Hi, it's Kevin Bates here. So today I wanted to talk a bit about the fact that blockchain, on the surface of it, doesn't seem like a major advancement to a lot of people. You know, it's an immutable shared database. How earth-shattering can that be? But what I want you to consider is the fact that if you look at human societies, the ones where people feel relatively secure in their personal well-being and their future and their ownership of their gains from their labours tend to be the ones that have done better over history. Now, again, if you're living in a Western world, it may seem like a fairly obvious statement to make, and all things aside about how our institutions are protecting the wealthy, or how the police are a tool of the government to keep people under control, you know, sort of radical anarchist viewpoints that some people express. The fact is that personally I like living in a society where there is a police force to ensure that there's a deterrent for people coming and stealing stuff from my home. I like living in a society where I've bought a house and I own it, and it's the courts and the institutions that protect that ownership. And this is what I think blockchain brings to the digital space. The fact that you're no longer reliant on the goodwill or the good behavior of an institution to protect your assets. You're actually in control of it yourself. At the moment, I think we're in very early stages of this. You know, it's basically a handful of meaningful cryptocurrencies and some pilot projects, some of which are a lot more impressive than others. But as is always the case with the early days, for most people it's just not clear what the significance of this development is. And as I said, fundamentally it's not an earth-shattering concept. The idea that the way that I can own physical property and that is protected gets extended into the digital world. But when you actually look at the underlying implications of this development, then as you think about it, it should become more and more significant to you. We're moving the ownership of stuff from the physical to the digital, and that is actually quite a breakthrough, both in technical terms and in philosophical and societal terms. So that's why I'm enthusiastic and why I'm bullish on blockchain, and why I think that over the years and decades to come it's going to become more and more significant. And that's why I've placed a big bet in terms of the amount of time and effort I'm putting into it. So that's my take on the significance of what's going on with regard to blockchain. I hope you found that interesting. If you agree or if you disagree, please leave a comment below. I always love to get into a debate, and I'll see you in the next video soon. Bye for now.